Hello dear listener, my name is Mmopoloki Lerumo Mogobe. Welcome to this episode of Mogobe's Nuggets of Wisdom podcast. Today I'm going to talk to you about something which is very much part of my DNA, which is the Kgotla system. I'm going to give you 10 nuggets of wisdom on the centrality and the central importance of the Kgotla system to Setswana culture. It always helps if we're entrepreneurs operating within a certain culture that we appreciate the importance of certain things. And forgive me, in this episode I'll be talking in Setswana occasionally, but I'll do my best to interpret whatever it is that I'm saying in English so that you can immediately get what I'm talking about. First, let me start by mentioning some sayings or some idioms or common expressions that are known in Setswana, which are part of our proverbs, as it were. Lentswe la Kgosi agelwa mosako. That literally means that the word of the chief or the king is to be respected and honored. Number 2, Kgosi ke Kgosi ka batho. That means that you are the king because of people. You're not a king on your own. And then there's another one that says Mafoko a mantle, otlhe, which means the words or the discussions in the Kgotla are all beautiful, they're all good, and they have to be respected. The other one is Mmua lebe which means that whoever is speaking, whoever has something, an opinion to share, should be respected. In other words, all opinions count. Let me give you 10 nuggets of wisdom on why the Kgotla system is central to Setswana culture and Setswana being. And as an entrepreneur functioning within this environment in Botswana, it is very important that you appreciate what is so important in the community within which you make your profit and you generate your income. Number 1, it is the oldest system of democracy that we are aware of. It predates the colonial era and it is entrenched. It is in part and parcel of our DNA. Those who don't know, I happen to be a chief Kgosana in this area. This is the Muduganele ward. So I actually practice and live the Kgotla system, because when my father passed away in 2015, I was told that now, Mmopoloki, you are responsible for these people, all these yards and these wards. I have to take care of them. But I've had the good fortune of finding, if you like, a regent or a representative to take my place. But I still make sure that at least once a month, when I can, I attend the Kgotla and I preside over disputes and resolve them. Now, number 2, the Kgotla system is the most responsible for preserving the peace and tranquility in Botswana. The Kgotla system is really a system of governance. The whole point is that, to use a colloquialism, it's jaw, as opposed to war. In other words, everything can be discussed and resolved. Everything can be resolved through the context of a negotiation or a discussion in the Kgotla. It is basically an oval-shaped arrangement where everybody sits there and they're able to comment on what has been discussed, whatever the issue of the day is. Nugget number 3. It is the best and most efficient form of A.D.R. as far as I'm concerned. A.D.R. stands for Alternative Dispute Resolution. If you compare it to litigation, if you compare it to arbitration, it's night and day. There's no comparison. Litigation, you'll pay through your nose. Arbitration, it can be quite complex and involved. So the Kgotla system, anybody can participate in it, anybody can be part of it. So it is very efficient and very effective, and certainly over the centuries it has proven to be very durable, and it has worked for us as Botswana. Number 4, it allows everyone to have a full say. I mean, there's no question of social standing, there's no question of rank, there's no question of this one is more important than the other. Everybody is permitted to vent and to share their views, and to all that we ask is that if possible, try and couch your words in a respectful manner, because it's all about respect, it's all about sharing. But you can communicate anything as long as you have been respectful and you have been courteous at all times. Number 5, the Kgotla system brings the community together. It is a way of social interaction and social cohesion, in the sense that if you look at things like the kafela, you look at things like weddings, you look at things like manyalo, all the discussions are somehow centered around the Kgotla. Everything is done through the Kgotla system. Even when you are getting married, you still have to go the Kgotla, the main Kgotla in Kanye, which is in Tsweng, which is at the hill there. And if you are involved in the Kgafela, you still have to prepare. You call it Khomela, Bojalwa, and things like that. You still have to prepare and go through those processes and do all that within the Kgotla. So it is very, very ideal for us. And it's not just for those matters, but it's also in terms of economic planning and consultation, in terms of preparing, preparing yourself as a community in terms of which areas to target for development. So the Kgotla system, as far as I'm concerned, is a beautiful and enduring system. The Kgotla system, dear listener, dear viewer, is a thing of beauty. Let me give you the sixth nugget of wisdom as to what it does. It preserves our culture. The first president of this country, Cecil Khama, said, "Chaba e senang ngwao, ke monga ke chaba e latlhegileng," which is to say that a nation without culture is as good as a lost nation. So the preservation of culture is very, very important, and it happens within the context of the Kgotla. Number 7. It does not only deal with the resolution of small disputes. The Kgotla deals with even minor disputes, some of them which may seem small to somebody who is perhaps used to dealing with complex things in an urban setting. They even deal with questions of who stole my chicken, who encroached into my yard, or who misplaced something. So there are all kinds of small disputes that are settled. And as you know, disputes start small and then they develop into bigger things over time. Number 8, the Kgotla system gives people a voice in the development of the community. When it comes to the allocation of resources, when it comes up to the setting of priorities, what is important, what should be left out, we do that within the Kgotla system. We have had in our Kgotla, this Kgotla, we've had people from the VDC, Village Development Committee, coming to make reports and then having the whole village comment on whether or not what they suggest or the reports that they are giving are valid or not, and suggesting as to what can be done going forward. Number 9, the Kgotla system enforces the cultural norms in terms of the prevailing rules and regulations that are operational within the country. We rely on the Kgotla system for that. It also helps to minimize or to eliminate waywardness. People who are off course. I remember here in Kanye there used to be a group known as Makaula 7 when Kgosi Papito was still the chief for the area. He sorted them out. The corporal system was administered fairly but forcefully. They were really beaten, those guys, until they dissipated and they stopped harassing the nation and the village. So the Kgotla system can be very, very effective in that sense. We know about the old case about the flogging of Macintosh, which led to the suspension of Kgosi Tsekedi Khama in the old days. So the system of flogging where necessary has always been there, and it is very, very effective indeed. Number 10, the Kgotla system creates a sense of pride and belonging within the community. You have a sense of, you see culture in motion, you see things being implemented, you see the chief there, you feel that you belong to something big, something important. So that's why I say it is central to the DNA of being a Botswana. That's the importance of the Kgotla system. Let me give you the 10th, I beg your pardon, the 11th, which is the bonus, the 11th reason or nugget of wisdom as to why the Kgotla system is central to Botswana. It helps celebrate our history as a people. It enhances our democratic credentials and institutions. It also a very important system of justice. So it actually completes our nationhood. So I wanted to say that the Kgotla system is responsible for completing and solidifying our nationhood as Botswana. So a big up to the Kgotla system. We should celebrate it. We should attend Kgotla meetings when we are invited, and we should respect its importance. Otherwise, it will slowly dissipate and die away. So with those few remarks, this is Mmopoloki Lerumo Mogobe signing off. Take your time, good listener, to endorse what we are saying or to support us by liking what you're hearing, and more importantly, subscribing to our channel. Thank you very much.